Hello, and welcome to our final video in this series, Trauma-Informed Caregiving. Today we're going to talk about losing your cool repair strategies. So, as always, we'll talk about where does this skill fit, how might it help, and what are the actual skills and strategies involved in this. The what is repairing after we have what I will say is a very human moment. We're not always at our best, or I should say, our best isn't the same every particular moment. And in those human moments, sometimes we don't show up the way we wish we had. So, this is a skill to be able to apply in that situation. The when is whenever we need a do over. And we all need do overs sometimes. It just happens, it's just part of it. So, why? A couple reasons. One, it shows caring and it teaches skillful behavior. It's a way of modeling taking responsibility and accountability. So, not only are we showing how to do a skill of repair, we are also showing that we care enough about a person to revisit and, own up to something that we might not feel great about. The skills that we're going to cover are taking a break, halt, caring for your mindset, and revisit and repair. So some of our savvy listeners will know that we've talked a little bit about some of these skills already. My kitten needs to talk about it a little bit too. So we talked about halt, hungry, angry, anxious, lonely, or tired. So stop, halt. So if we need to apply that for ourselves, in all likelihood, that's probably what has helped contribute to us showing up in a way as a caregiver that we're not super jazzed about. So let's tune back in. We know that caring for ourselves is a part of the foundation of caregiving. And sometimes if we haven't maybe done that as consistently as could be useful, or if we're just having a moment, it's helpful to tune back in to what do we need to be able to be the caregiver that we want to be. So if you're hungry, please nourish yourself if you're able. If you're angry or anxious, what can you do to self-regulate? If you're lonely or angry or anxious and need to reach out to have somebody help you ground yourself, that's a helpful thing. If you're tired or thirsty, rest, hydrate. Caring for your mindset. So if you're anything like me, when I say or do something that I'm like, that's not how I meant for it to come out, I might tend to beat myself up. And so I'm asking for you to have a caring mindset for yourself. So reminding yourself, I'm human. We all have rough moments. I can take a break and see how I feel. I might feel better about this. I might be able to come back to this in a much different frame of mind. I can lean on my supports, and there are people who would love to help me. This is an opportunity to model and teach growth, repair, and accountability. So, to revisit and repair, the hardest thing I think is the mindset, because the actual skill itself is not that hard. So, some deep breaths to begin with, so that co-regulating, regulating, grounding exercises to help you be able to have a hard conversation can be really helpful. Being real and taking accountability. So, what that can sound like might be something like this. Hey, I wanted to let you know that I'm sorry how I handled that. I raised my voice. I was impatient. That was really not me at my best. I took a break. I really got my thoughts together. I had a drink of water. I feel differently now, and I want to just make sure that I'm sorry how that happened, and wondering if there's anything that I can do to make it up to you. Can you accept my apology? I really want to work on this so that I can be more patient the next time. Thank you for taking my apology. So we are being very clear and direct. I'm sorry about this thing, how I handled this thing. We're modeling the fact that sometimes our best isn't as good as other days. And I wasn't at my best. And so I actually took these steps so that I could get to my best or get to a better place to be able to have this conversation. So we're modeling taking those breaks, using regulation skills, coming back and having a conversation, being responsible, being accountable. So, when do we use these skills? After we've responded in a way that we wish we had done a little differently, so that we can show care and model that effective behavior and accountability. And the what is taking that break and revisiting and repairing. Reflecting on those skills, what's one thing that helps you reset and refresh? And is that something that you might do for yourself sometime this week? Caring for your mindset, who's somebody that you know who you feel is good at this, or at least that you've seen do a good job of taking responsibility for their actions? If they're accessible to you and you're able to do this, ask them how they do it. What strategies have they used to be able to come back from what maybe was an embarrassing moment or a moment they just feel like they wish they had done differently? Finally, with that revisit and repair, bring to mind something that you revisited and repaired in the past, because I'm sure you have. You've done this successfully before. What helped you be successful in that situation? And what did you learn from that situation that could help you with a current or future repair? As always, you know I'm going to do this. I'm reminding you to talk to other people. Caregiving should not be done alone. Lean on the community to help you with that, whether that be your informal community, your friends, family, and neighbors, or formal supports who are folks who work at schools or clinics, counselors, using our crisis support lines like our local crisis response line or our national line. I'm going to say thank you for today. You've got this. Please stay tuned for more from Resilient Winona County. So thankful for your time, your energy, and all you do to care for yourself and for our community.